And welcome back here to Besmola Field on the campus of Heston College as we're heading to the top of Game 2 here between your Larks and Coffeyville. Thank you, Paulina. Chelsea Smith getting the start. Couple different players here for the Larks as Augie has moved over to third base. Bailey getting on at first base. And Lexi Sylvie over there in left field. Nis in center. And Olivia over there in right. What? He's working on it right now. Brittany Wilkins to lead off here in the first. So Wilkins digging in here in the top of the first. And there's a slow roller that's tapped foul. Chelsea working here in this second game as we are into the top of the first. Larks coming away with the 11-0 shutout in Game 1. A one-hit shutout there for Chelsea. And the 0-1. That one's fouled back to the fence, and our count quickly even at or moving 0-2. Again, if you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Red Ravens, we'd love to hear from you. Send us a text, 620-217-1465. Of what will be our final broadcast for a couple weeks here. We'll see moving forward as the Jayhawk Conference is suspending spring sports until April 1st. That's a swing and a miss, and Chelsea has her first strikeout of the game. That suspension goes into effect tomorrow. So from March 13th till April 1st, there will be no spring sports in Jayhawk Conference play. And I'll bring up Tyra Owl, the left fielder. That's a little flare lifted. Jesse lets the ball hang up in the wind, and they're quickly two away. As early on, it looks like Coffeyville coming out swinging right away. Addie Beck, third baseman, digging in here for the Red Ravens. With Maddie Tadris on deck. Two away here, top of the first. And Chelsea quickly working. And that's on the ground and a base hit as Beck singles her way aboard. Threw a shot on the left side. And just like that, following the same recipe that the Red Ravens had, the three-hole hitter in Game 1 got on base. This time, Addie Beck comes up with the single. And so the count 0-2, or excuse me, this is Maddie Tadris, and she'll take a strike at the knees. Tadris in Game 1, 0 for 2, with a pop-out and a fly-out. In that first game, Chelsea quickly ahead, 0-2 here to Tadris. That one's fouled back, and that is off the umpire's helmet. He'll walk it off. Or it might have hit Marissa. I think either way it hit someone back there. I heard it click a couple and count 0-2. That one's fouled back to the fence, and the count 0-2. Chelsea way ahead. Here with runner aboard and one out, swing and a miss, and Chelsea has her second strikeout of this game. So Coffeyville strands a runner. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4. We're going to have some upper-level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back here to Best-Mullet Field. Jessie Miranda to lead things off. Jessie had a great game in Game 1. 4 for 4. She pushes her average up to 491 as she was on base a lot. Her on-base percentage will rapidly rise above 500, probably near over 600 now. So Jessie, Lexi, and Marissa all due up here. And Jessie singles through the hole on the right side. Base knock for Jessie, and Jessie continues her torrid hitting streak. She's now 5 for 5. Did steal a base in Game 1 to put her to 20 on the season. And that'll bring up Lexi Sylvie. Lexi, second leading hitter on the Lark squad, hitting 400 on the season. 18 for 45 with 12 runs driven in, a double and 2 doubles and a triple. So Lex digs in, and she'll take a pitch upstairs. Jessie swipes second base easily. And Jessie has her second stolen base of the game. That pitch was downstairs for a ball. Lex shows bunt. Jessie swiping third base. And Jessie with 2 quick stolen bases. And she now has 22 on the season. And Lex took the strike upstairs. Count is even at a ball and a strike here to Lexi. Lexi lines one, and that is into the batting cage, or the pitching bullpen area, excuse me, the count 1-2. Changeup drops down low. This pitching for the Red Ravens is Brianna Wilkins. And the 2-2 downstairs. Jessie thought about coming home. As fly ball to left field. Jessie's coming home. Chance for a sacrifice fly. Jesse slipping in, and Lexi has herself the sacrifice fly to left field, and the Larks have the first run of the game. Larks in front 1-0 here, and this will bring up Marissa Harrison, who also had a busy day at the dish. Haskins is behind the dish right now. Excuse me, didn't get that earlier. And Marissa shoots one out there to right field. That's going to get past a diving Al. Marissa on her way to second, thinking 3. Marissa on her way, and Marissa will stand up with the triple. So Marissa, her first pitch swinging, has the 3-bagger, and the Larks have a runner at third base for Anissa Aguilar. Niss, a little flare, that could drop in for a base hit, and it will. Niss finds some green, gets a ribby, and the Larks have 2 runs on the board just like that. Now bring up Amy Brutato. Two to nothing our score, Larks in front. And Amy takes a pitch upstairs for a ball. The 1-0 from Wilkins is a strike, and our count evens up at a ball and a strike. Amy takes the change, and the count 1-2. Amy line drive, that's going to head to the fence. Niss on her way around, she's at third, she'll score easily. Amy has the single. And an RBI for her troubles. Niss comes all the way around, and the Larks have their third run of the contest. And Chelsea stepping in with 1 out. And Chelsea takes a pitch upstairs, 1 ball. One away here on the sacrifice fly by Lexi. Got the scoring started early. Fly ball. And being calling for it on the far side was Coleman. Coleman makes the play. And Michaela Agnasanti coming to bat here for the Larks with 2 outs. And Amy over there at first base. 3 hits in the inning for the Larks. 4 hits in the inning for the Larks, excuse me. And Augie gulfs one. Beck having trouble, throws across. A nice stretch scoop and play there by the Red Ravens defense. So Larks score 3 runs here in the first. We played an inning. We'll go to the top of the second. Larks lead 3-0. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor, and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit, and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing, and just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field on the campus of Hefston College. Got a text saying, way to take the lead, Larks from the Aguilar family, and way to come back. As this will be top of the second.
First up, number 22, Ariel Herrera.
Ariel Herrera coming to bat with Haley Rivet and Bree Wilkins all due up here for the Red Ravens in their half of the second. They trail 3-0. There's a little bloop, and Chelsea plays it. The first pitch swinging, and there's one away. In answer of the question I just got on text message, no, I do not know if the delay is nationwide. I know that's what the conference is doing here in the JUCO ranks. It'll be interesting to see. They postponed the Jayhawk, or as Chelsea misses outside, 1 ball to Haley Rivet. They postponed the National Basketball Tournament in the Jayhawk ranks till April 20th. That was what I saw earlier today via NJCA on Twitter, but we'll see. Things are rapidly changing in an ever-fluid situation. Chelsea comes back with a strike, and our count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 on the way here. Rivet chases, and she's quickly behind 1 and 2. The 1-2 delivery. Upstairs, Rivet lays off on our count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 coming up. Chelsea missing inside. We're full 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the second. Payoff pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. Rivet goes down. Chelsea with her 3rd strikeout. So 2 away here for Bree Wilkins coming to bat. By my stats, first appearance for Wilkins at the dish. And she fouls it back to the fence, 1 ball. 1 strike, excuse me. Hi, Paige. And the 0-1 coming up. That one rises high, and our count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's on the ground at Jesse at short. Jesse sweeps it up, throws over to Bailey. And the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Red Ravens. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Larks lead 3-0. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing. And just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to the Best Mullet Field. And this will bring up Bailey Hollinger to bat for the Larks.
Number 16, Bailey Hollinger.
So Bailey batting. Bottom second, Larks leading 3-0, and Wilkins deals. Bailey rips a shot right back up the box. Four-base knock, and Bailey singles her way aboard. Lorena Delatorre coming to bat. Lorena had a busy day at the dish. Singled, drew a walk, was hit by a pitch in that first game.
Number 3, Lorena Delatorre.
Excuse me, 2 walks and singled. Scored a couple of runs also in her first game at the dish as a Lark. There's a fly ball right side. Coleman plays it perfectly. And there's one out for Jesse Miranda.
Number 21, Jesse Miranda.
Jesse over 500 now on the day. Or actually over 500 for the season. 5 for 5 on the day. And Jesse takes a strike on the outside half. Jesse lays off the change from Bree Wilkins, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Jesse, fly ball right side. That will drop foul. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's 2:15 down the lines here at Best Mullet Field. 2:20 to center. And the 1-2. Jesse loops it, and that will be out as Jesse was out of the box. So she is out, and there are 2 away for Lexi Sylvie.
Number 17, Lexi Sylvie.
So Lex digs in. Lex fly ball. That will be driven to the left field corner, the left center corner. Lex will have a double. Bailey on her way home. Possible play at the plate. Bailey slips in safely. Lex has the double, and the Larks add another run. So Lex has her second ribby of the day. Her first hit. She's 1 for 1. She'll be on second. And the Larks have their 4th run of the contest.
Number 28, Marissa Harrison.
And catcher Marissa Harrison digs in. She tripled her first at bat. She went to right field past a diving Phoenix Coleman out there. And Marissa waits on it, drives it, and that will just tail foul. So Marissa behind 1 strike. And the 0-1. Marissa rips a shot, gloved by Beck across. Nice play by Beck. Larks add a run. They lead after two, 4-0. We'll be back with the top of the third right here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4. We're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field. Larks leading 4-0 in what will be the final game for a while here for the Larks. Things will be reevaluated in the coming weeks. Classes canceled tomorrow for all Hessen College students as they will make the adjustments here moving forward. Spring break does start. Larks actually do not have to go home if they don't want to. Just as everything is in this very fluid situation across the country and across the world. Haley Davis to start things off.
Number 3, Haley Davis.
And Phoenix Coleman on deck for the Red Ravens. Lark infield ready to rock and roll. Swing and a miss from Davis on the first pitch she sees from Chelsea Smith. Swing and a miss from Davis. She's quickly behind 0-2. Davis was 0 for 2 in game 1. A strikeout and a groundout. That's a mile-high pop-up. Could stay in play with the wind. Augie going back and making the play. Augie with a nice play over there in foul territory. Jesse almost ran underneath her, but Augie comes up with it. And there's an out here for the Red Ravens.
Number 13, Phoenix Coleman.
Phoenix Coleman steps in here for Coffeyville. Augie tracked that down. Jesse ran right there, and Augie made the play with Jesse backing her up. Chelsea dealing. And Coleman takes a pitch high. 1 ball. The 1-0 coming up here from Chels. Time called. And it looks like Marissa wanted to get Chelsea on the right pages with a pitch. Swing and a miss for Coleman. And she has the count quickly even at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Coleman taps 1 foul towards the Lark dugout here along the third baseline, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Coleman fouls it back and out of play. Coleman fights it off. And Coleman, with her own batter's box disco dancing, staying alive. The 1-2 coming up here from Chelsea. Swing and a miss, and Chelsea has her 4th strikeout of the game. That brings up Brittany Wilkins. 2 away here for Coffeyville. Coffeyville with a hit in the contest. Wilkins lays the bunt down. Chelsea pounces, throws over to Lorena, covering. Lorena cannot come up with it. And Wilkins aboard after the Larks make the error. So a runner here for Coffeyville in the 3rd. For Tyra Owl. That bunt popped up. Augie can't come underneath it. Augie charging hard.
Number 4, Tyra Owl.
And Owl quickly behind with a strike. Pitch was low. Under count evens up at a ball and a strike. Bunt laid down. Augie pounces on it, throws over, and airmailed over the top of Lorena. Coffeyville thinking runner coming home. Throw coming in, and Coffeyville scores its 1st run of the contest after the 2nd consecutive error by the Larks as Wilkins comes all the way around. And that'll bring out head coach Christy Bell for a quick talk. And Coffeyville has cut into the Lark lead. It's 4-1.
Next up, number 10, Addison Beck.
Addie Beck singled her first at-bat. Coffeyville trailing 4-1. 2 away here in the 3rd. They've scored a run this inning. And Beck takes a strike from Chelsea Smith. The 0-1 misses downstairs, and her count 1 ball, 1 strike. Line drive into left field, base knock for Beck. Her 2nd single. She'll have an RBI. And Coffeyville has its 2nd run of the contest.
Number 7, Madison Tadris.
Maddie Tadris coming to bat here for Coffeyville in the top of the 3rd. And Chelsea takes a strike on the outside half. back over there at first base with 2 away, and the pitch from Chelsea. Slow roller. Augie pounces on in foul territory. And our 2 strikes to Maddie Tadris. Tadris struck out in her first at-bat. She's at 0 for 2 in game 1. Coffeyville has scratched in 2 here against the Larks in their half of the third. Chelsea deals. Swing and a miss on Tadris. And she got a piece of that enough that it's I guess she got enough of a foul tip. And the count rides at 0-2. Little flare, and that will drop foul over Bailey Hollinger. And the count still riding 0-2. These 2 runs unearned, will not be charged. That one's popped back. They're in the book as unearned. And our count's still riding 0-2. That one fouled off. Tadris with a long at-bat. Another foul ball. Long at bat for Tadris. She is up there battling against Chelsea Smith. And the count's still 0-2. Chelsea well out in front. That rises up, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just had a little bit of extra mustard on that, just stayed high. The 1-2. On the ground, slow roller, Jesse vacuums up, wheels across, and Bailey with a stretch in the play over there. So damage done. The Red Ravens add 2 to their scoreboard for the first time today. We've played 2.5. Larks 4, Red Ravens 2. We're back after this with the Battle of the Birds from Best Mullet Field.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing. And just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field We're in game 2 of this doubleheader. As this is Nis Aguilar coming to bat. So Nis steps in. Here, she singled her first at bat and drove in a run. And Nis takes a pitch low for a ball. The 1-0 stays up there for a strike, top part of the strike zone. And the count evens up at 1-1. Change up from Wilkins. Drifts high. And the count 2-1. Nis fouls it off. And our count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Nis fights the changeup off and stays alive. Lark baseball dropped both games today up at Northeast Community College in Norfolk, Nebraska. Fly ball hanging up there. Long run and tracked down in the corner by Al. And Amy digs in, so an out here for the Larks. Amy singled in a run, her last at bat. And Amy with a healthy swing tips it back for a strike. The 0-1. Amy fly ball right side, going back, and that is gone. Amy Britato deposits one into the trees behind right center, and she hits a solo shot home run. Hasta lasagna, and don't get any Anya for Amy. She hits her second home run of the year, and her second run driven in today in this second game. And Amy goes deep into the trees. And that was a shot, and Chelsea Smith steps up.
After a home run by Amy, number 29, Chelsea Smith.
Chelsea flew out in her first at-bat. Larks get a run back. They lead 5-2, and Chelsea digs in with an out. And that was a shot from Amy. And Chelsea fouls one off on the left side. Got a text saying she was due. Go Amy. She definitely was. Chelsea behind 0-1. Chelsea loops one out there. That'll be a dropping dying quail for the base hit for Chelsea. And the Larks putting base runners on. That'll bring up Michaela Agnasanti. And Augie digs in. Augie grounded out her last at-bat. Augie lays a bunt down, and that will be fielded in foul territory by the catcher. Amber Haskins is behind the dish. And Augie quickly down to strike. Augie line drive. And a nice play over there by the second baseman to snag the liner and double Chelsea off. Not much you can do with that as it's an unfortunate but a nice play there. Larks score a run. We've played 3. Larks lead 5-2 in the Battle of the Birds. Back to the best after this.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4, we're going to have some upper-level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back to Bestmold Field. We're in the top of the 4th. Amy Bretano goes deep. And that will bring up,
Number 22, Ariel
in the top of the 4th, Ariel Herrera here for the Red Ravens. Fly ball by Herrera. That will stay in the yard. Lexi calling for it in foul territory, makes a play. Lexi Sylvie with a good jump over there. And there's one away. Haley Rivet stepping to bat. And this Coffeyville team this time looks like their strategy has been to try and jump on the first pitch here from Chelsea Smith. Haley Rivet, the second baseman, who made that nice play to end the inning, digs in. She struck out her first at bat. And Rivet takes a ball away. That's a pool cue at Lorena, the underhand flip over there, and they're 2 away. That's a tough ball to play because that ball comes off the end of the bat and can hit something without much spin and go shooting off to the side. But Lorena stayed right there with it, made the play over to Bailey at first, and they're 2 away for Brianna Wilkins, the pitcher. Chelsea misses inside 1 ball. Swing and a miss from Wilkins on the rise ball from Chelsea. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Chelsea paints the corner on the change, and the count moves 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Little flare popped up, And Marissa with a diving catch right there. What a play by Marissa to end the inning on the diving layout catch. And Marissa ends the inning on the pop out. 1, 2, 3, go the Red Ravens. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. And the Larks leading 5-2. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing, and just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field. Larks coming to bat, bottom of the fourth. As nice play by Marissa Harrison to end the inning on the diving snag of the pop-up. Bailey Hollinger, Lorena De La Torre, and Jessie Miranda all due up here for the Larks in their half of the fourth. They lead 5-2. And Bailey ripped a single her first at bat, and she pounds one at the shortstop. Davis throw over, not in time, and Bailey aboard after the hard hit ball. That ball was hit hard. Probably give Bailey a single on that. It's a tough one. That was hard hit right at Davis. Time being called. They're checking on Davis. It hit her hard. That was a hard hit. And they're calling out the head coach. Take things over. Davis, that was just a rocket shot. And Davis tried to come up with it. One hop off the heel. I've taken those before. And that was a shot into the wrist. And I'll check on Davis over there at shortstop. Looks like Davis is okay. I don't know if that can be any harder of a grounder. Bailey absolutely killed that ball. She'll have her second single, and that brings up Lorena, who flew out to right field. So Lorena, 0 for 1 in this game, did single in her first at-bat in game 1. Drew a couple of walks. She'll dig in. And Lorena lays a bunt down. Perfect bunt by Lorena. Bailey will move to scoring position. Lorena beats it out, and Bailey goes all the way to third. Nice base running, a nice hit by Lorena to lay the infield single down. Deceptive speed for Lorena, and that brings up Jessie Miranda. None out, and Larks with runners at the corners.
21, Jessie Miranda.
And Jessie was out of the box in her last at-bat. And Jessie will step in, runners at the corners. Lorena over at first base. Bailey at third. None out, bottom 4. And Jessie takes the ball. Al has cheated in on the left side, and Jessie looks her way to 2 balls, no strikes. The left fielder is cheating way in. That's in the dirt, and Jessie well ahead, and Lorena will take second on the wild pitch. Jesse way out in front, 3 balls, no strikes. And there's a strike on the outside half. Jesse, line drive. That's into the gap out there in right center. That's going to roll over to the fence. 2 runs are coming in. Jesse's thinking 3 on her horse, slipping in safely. Ball gets through the third baseman. Jesse coming home on the air, and Jesse scores on the air. She goes all the way around the bases, gets a triple, 2 runs driven in, scores on the error on the throw from the cutoff. And 3 runs come quickly in for the Larks as they now lead 8-2. Jesse gets 2 ribbies on the play, and 3 runs come ripping across. 3 straight hits for the Larks, and Lexi Sylvie coming to bat. So Jesse's average over 500 for the season now. And Lexi coming to bat, she doubled her last at bat. And Lexi, little flare, that is popped right into the glove of Davis for the first out.
Number 28, Marissa Harrison.
Marissa digs in. She grounded out in her last at bat, but tripled in her first at bat. And the first pitch she sees, she punches foul on the right side. One out here, bottom 4, Larks leading 8-2. And Marissa loops one out there, a frozen rope for a base knock. And the Larks with their 4th hit of the inning. And that brings up Anissa Aguilar. Nis singled her first at bat, flew out. Then her last at bat. And this takes a pitch away. Larks leading 8-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Marissa's over there at first base, and that pitch stays high, and Nick's quickly in front, 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. Comes inside. Nice pitch by Wilkins, finding the corner. Count 2-1 here to Nis. Already 4 hits in the inning for the Larks. Fly ball. That might stay in play if the wind has backed off a little bit, and it'll be foul on top of the third base dugout. Our count 2-2. Nis, line drive, base hit under the glove of Rivet over there at first, and the Larks stringing together hit after hit.
Number 24, Amy Furtado.
And Amy Furtado, who's 2 for 2 with 2 runs driven in. She hit a home run into the trees out in their right center. And she's aboard, she's up, and the Larks leading 8-2. And Amy takes a pitch inside for a ball. And Amy takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and her count 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilkins misses down and away, and our count 2 balls and a strike. Runners at first and second. Wilkins misses downstairs again on her count 3-1. And now Amy with one of the better hitters count. She can be as patient as she wishes. The 3-1. Amy fly ball left side going back, and that will be nice catch by Al at the fence in the corner. Al makes the jumping catch over there in left field to retire Amy, and they're 2 away.
29, Chelsea Smith.
And that brings up Chelsea Smith. Chelsea digs in here. Fly ball right side. And nobody coming on to make the play. Run coming home for the Larks. And Chelsea is aboard. And Chelsea, as Nis goes all the way to third, Marissa comes around to score. And the Larks with runners at the corners for Augie, who lined out her last at bat. And Augie takes a pitch downstairs. I'll go in the book, probably as a hit. Nobody touched that over there on the far side, or on the right side. Augie fly ball, that'll stay on the infield. And Herrera makes a play, but the Larks scoring 4 runs. They now lead 9-2. We'll be back with the top of the 5th after this here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4. We're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field. We're in the top of the 5th. And the Larks leading 9-2 now. Our bats have kind of come alive last inning. Starting to put crooked numbers on the scoreboard. Haley Davis, Phoenix Coleman, and Brittany Wilkins all due up here for Coffeyville. Davis popped out to Augie on a great play over there at third base in foul territory. Her first at bat.
Up first, number 3, Haley Davis.
And Chelsea working here in the 5th. And they said Davis offered at it, and she did. 1 strike. Chelsea pitched a 5-inning complete game run rule shortened shutout, only not allowing 1 in game 1. 2 runs here in this contest, both unearned, though, for the sophomore from Washington. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and our count 0-2. That's a line drive right back up the box, and Haley Davis has her first hit of the day. A runner aboard for Phoenix Coleman, the right fielder, who struck out in her first at bat. Coleman lays the bunt down and fouls it off. Chelsea ahead with a strike 2. Coleman. That bunt popped up, and Augie can't make the play as it goes over her head. She was charging in. Tough way to change directions. And that drops foul, and Coleman quickly behind 0-2. None out with the leadoff runner aboard here for the Red Ravens. On the ground, Augie. Going to Lorena at second, not in time. And Coleman aboard on the fielder's choice. As Augie tried to go the short way. And so 2 on here for Coffeyville. They got a little something brewing. Bunt laid down, and it's fouls. Marissa let it roll foul. Picks up in foul territory. And the 0-1 coming up. Little flare up there. Nis charging in. Can't come up with it. Nis uncorks a throw home. And Wilkins has herself a single. And now something brewing here for Coffeyville. Bases loaded, none out for Tara Al. And she reached first on an error in her last at-bat. Oh, drop a cord. We'll be right back here in just a second. Don't worry. Audio feed right now as Al digging in. Chelsea getting her sign. And that's on the ground at Jesse. Jesse backhand comes home trying to get the runner. We're going to have an obstruction here. The runner will go back interference as Coleman crashes into Jesse. She's out on interference. There's one away, and everybody comes back. And Al gets to first. Wilkins goes to second. And
Number 10, Addison Beck.
Addison Beck coming to bat. We'll have to... No, because she's on first. Al went to first. Wilkins gets to second. And Coleman's out on interference. And that's how it goes down in the book. We'll try and adjust that as we go. There's a line drive. That's a base hit. And goes under the glove. 1 run in for Coffeyville. A second on the way. A third coming in for the Red Ravens. They've tacked 3 up here on Addie Beck's line drive. Base hit that turns into 3 as there are an error there charged as well. So the base is clear. 3 runs come across. And there's still none out, or 1 out here.
Number 7, Madison Cadris.
And Madison Tadris coming to bat. So 3 more unearned runs in. That's a fly ball. Jesse calling for it, and she'll make the play. 2 outs here. Looks like all 5 of these, or 4 of these runs will be unearned. And that brings up Herrera. That one too far in. And our count 1 ball here to Herrera.
Number 22, Ariel Herrera.
There's a ball that's popped into the batting cage, the bullpen area, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Both teams do have bullpen areas behind first base and third base. Can't quite see them from our positions. It's completely blocked by the dugouts. And the count 1-1. That one stays high. Our count 2-1. 2 away here. We'll edit that when we get a chance. I'll have to. Swing and a miss by Herrera, and she's quickly even with the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and the strikeout goes down. But 3 runs come across out there after the error in right field. The Larks lead 9-5. We'll be back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor, and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit, and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing, and just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to
Bailey Hollinger.
Okay, we'll get to, Bailey Hollinger coming to bat here in the 5th, and Bailey takes a pitch low for a ball. That one misses upstairs to Bailey, and the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, 2 balls, no strikes. Bailey takes a pitch away, and she's quickly in front. 3 balls, no strikes. This is for us, by the way. This is oh, you got it. You're good. You're good. Never mind. Well, we'll figure that out. Bailey will take a strike on the inside corner, and the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Bailey chases, and Bailey has the count move full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one popped back. Bailey staying alive. That's into the screen here. The 3-2 coming up. Bailey punches one, and that's a jumping glove by Herrera. Takes away a base knock for Bailey. 2 line drive snags here by the Red Raven infield. Have stopped Lark. Momentum. Lorena digs in. She was singled in her last at bat. And she'll take one to the right side. That will drop in, but will be foul. Thought that was going to stay fair, just tailed away far enough. And Lorena quickly bat behind 1 strike. Lorena proving that she can hit to all fields, not afraid to go with a pitch and drive it to the right side of the field. The 0-1 coming up. And Lorena takes a strike on the inside corner in the count 0-2. Lorena fights it off and fouls it into the Coffeyville bullpen. The count 0-2. Lorena line drive, and that will hang up enough to center field. Larks are hitting the balls right on the screws. It's just right at people. And there are 2 outs. Jessie Miranda tripled her last at-bat, came all the way around and scored on after an error. Got 2 ribbies for her trouble. She's 2 for 3. As her average will probably stay above 500 right now. Jessie line drive, and that will get over the head of the left fielder, and Jessie strolls into second where she moonwalks her way to the double. Lexi stepping in, as Jessie is now on the day, 7 for 8. And Lexi digs in, who she doubled, laid a sacrifice bunt down. She's got 2 ribbies for her day. And she'll take a pitch inside as Jessie dances away at first base. That one stays downstairs, and count 2 balls, no strikes. On the ground, slow roller at Herrera. Herrera, in a foot race, beats Lexi out. Larks strand a runner. We've played 5 innings here. Larks lead 9-5. We'll be back after this here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4. We're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
Okay, we'll figure it out. And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field, top of the 6th. As this will be Haley Rivet.
Number 24, Haley Rivet.
Rivet, the second baseman. Oh for 2. And she'll take a pitch low from Chelsea for a ball. The 1-0 here from Chelsea. Swing and a miss as Rivet cannot catch up to Chelsea's fastball. Chelsea gets her sign from Marissa. That's a line drive that tails foul away from Augie. Now they count 1-2 here to Haley Rivet. Rivet lays off. Now they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rivet lays off the rise ball, and our count 3-2 here. We're full with the first batter of our 6th inning. Rivet 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out. That one's downstairs, and Rivet draws the walk. And Coffeyville with a runner aboard for Bree Wilkins. Bunt laid down. Chelsea steps on it, throws over to Lorena, covering. And the nice little bunt by Wilkins does its job and moves the runner. So 1 away.
Number 3, Haley Davis.
For Haley Davis, who singled in her last at-bat. Davis lays a bunt down and fouls it off. Trying to drag a bunt down third. I count 0-1. Davis swinging through, and she's quickly behind 0-2. She showed bunt, pulled it back, took a hack. And Chelsea now ahead 0-2. With an out and a runner over there at second base. That ball fouled off. Davis was very far out in front of that. And she was aiming for the Coffeyville bus. That one popped back into our screen here. And Davis has the count riding 0-2. Count still 0-2 here to Davis. That's Chelsea trying to force Davis to chase with a pitch that's wide. Chelsea deals. That one fouled off towards the parking lot here at Bontrager Student Center. And the count still riding 1 ball and 2 strikes. It would take a shot to hit a car here. There are always cars in danger at the City Ball Diamond. Not so much the case here at the Bess. The 1-2. Too far outside. And our count rides 2 balls, 2 strikes as Davis working here, battling Chelsea. Chelsea getting her sign from Marissa. Swing and a miss. And Davis can't catch up to the inside fastball. And there are 2 outs here in the 6th. Larks lead 9-5. Phoenix Coleman comes to bat. She got on board on a fielder's choice. Her last at bat. As that misses away. Coleman fouls it back, and our count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. That one misses downstairs. And our count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Or 2 balls, 1 strike, excuse me. Oh, and now we're back into the fence. Our count evens to 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the deuce is wild pitch from Chelsea coming up. That's too far outside. And our count three balls. Our count is full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chelsea deals. Rise ball upstairs. And ball 4, free pass issued to Coleman. That brings up Brittany Wilkins, who singled her last at bat.
Number 12, Brittany Wilkins.
Wilkins line drive right back up the middle over the glove of Chelsea. And Nissen course a good throw to keep the runners safe. And for the second straight inning, the Red Ravens have loaded the bases. This time with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Tyra Al. And Al got to first after the interference. Al stepping in. Al on the ground at Jesse. Jesse will go to first, and Bailey with the dig on the far side. Al goes down hard, and we will be back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor, and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit, and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing. And just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Larks lead 9-5. And we're sorting through what's going to be the final Lark softball game for a while. With everything going on. What is a fluid situation? The pandemic felt across the world. Marissa Harrison, Nis Aguilar, and Amy Bertato all due up here for the Larks. So, Marissa 2 for 3 with a triple and a single. And she's swinging a pretty hot bat too. I think she'll be over 400 as we hit to the hiatus. And Marissa takes a pitch upstairs for a ball. Bottom 6, we are. Larks leading 9-5. And Marissa fouls it back to the screener. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. 4 of the 5 runs scored here by Coffeyville unearned. As Marissa digging in. Change upstairs in her count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Marissa line drive out there to center field, and a backhand stop by Tadris will keep Marissa just at first base after the leadoff single. Nis 2 for 3, pair of singles. Nis fly ball center field, going back over the head of Tadris. Will get to the fence, and Nis will pull into second with a double. Marissa on her way home, and the Larks score a run as Nis doubles in Marissa. So Nis doubles in. Marissa comes all the way around.
Number 24, Amy Bertato.
And that brings up Amy Bertato. Amy flew out to deep left field in her last at bat. And Amy takes a strike. the 0-1 coming up. Amy lines one out there to right field. Fair ball for Amy. That'll go to the right field corner. Amy will be at first base, and Nis comes in to score. And Amy singles in Nis, and the Larks have put 2 up in this inning. And that brings up, that's 3 straight hits for the Larks. And that brings up Chelsea Smith. Chelsea's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. And it looks like Denise coming in to run for Amy with none out. As Chelsea singled her both of her last at-bats. So Denise coming in to run here for Amy in the 6th. And Chelsea takes a pitch that gets through the catcher Haskins, and Denise trots down to second. That pitch misses upstairs. Our count 2 balls, no strikes here to Chelsea. Chelsea with a pair of singles. Wilkins misses outside, and Chelsea quickly ahead, 3 balls, no strikes. Augie on deck. She's 0 for 3, but hit the ball hard a couple times. And that one upstairs, Chelsea draws the walk. So Augie coming up 0 for 3 here. And Augie takes a strike. As we're into the 6th. Larks leading 11-5. Augie fly ball, that'll stay on the infield. That'll be an infield fly as Beck comes on and makes the play. And 1 out. Bailey digs in. Bailey's 2 for 3. Lined out as Herrera made a great play to rob Bailey of extra bases. Her last at bat. And Bailey takes a pitch low. That one stays upstairs. And our count 2 balls, no strikes. That's too far in, and Bailey draws a walk. 3-0 to Bailey. She's quickly ahead. And Bailey will take the strike. Very patient. Bailey chases, and our count 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's inside. Bailey draws the walk, and the sacks are full of Larks. The nest is full.
Number 3, Lorena De La Toro.
And Lorena coming up. She singled, lined out on a hard hit ball to center field, her last at bat, and flew out to right field. Technically, the winning run stands on second base for the Larks, leading 11-5. And that went downstairs in the dirt, 1 ball. That's a little flare, and that will be caught for the out and double it up on the far side. as the third time the Larks have lined out into double plays. We'll head top of 7. Larks leading 11-5. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4. We're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
No. Well, I mean, that's up to you. Or you can send it to Jacob and say, hey, I messed this up, can you go fix it? See what he says.
Okay. And welcome back here to Best Mola Field. As this is Addie Beck coming to bat here for Coffeyville, as we're at the top of the 7th, and Coffeyville needs 6 to keep playing. Larks have allowed 5 runs, but only one of those was earned in this contest. Beck's had a busy day at the dish this game. She's a solid 3 for 3 with a pair of runs driven in. And Beck takes a pitch inside from Chelsea.
Number 10, Addison Beck.
Chelsea with 6 strikeouts in this contest. That ball popped up a mile high on the infield. And Bailey calling for it, making the play. I see one of the best Lark baseball player, former alum here, is in attendance. Lee Voth Gaddard down there. Lee VG is Heston High School alum and probably one of the better baseball players to come out of Heston College. Shattered record books up and down in his time here. Maddie Tadris stepping in. She's 0 for 4. Had a long at-bat her last at-bat, and she takes a pitch away. Lots of foul balls. I've often speculated the life of a Major League Baseball is about 6.5 pitches before they go to. I wonder what it is in college before they have to switch out a game ball. That's a little flare out there, right field coming on, and Olivia makes a play out there, and there's 2 outs. The 0-2 coming up here for Ariel Herrera, or excuse me, 2 outs. And Herrera quickly is 0 for 3. And that one misses away. 1 ball. Little flare out there, dumping foul on our count. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 coming up here. Pop back and out of play. And over the press box. And our count 0-2. The 1-2 coming up here. That's on the ground, fouled back, and our count 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 coming up. That's a little flare out there, and that will dump foul into foul territory. And the count still righty, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coffeyville down to their last strike. It's 1-2 to Herrera. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Larks put the end of the doubleheader. They come away with the victory, 11-5. We will be back after everything. We'll take a break. Keep checking the Lark website as we get on with everything that has happened here. As the teams not allowed to shake hands, they give each other some long distance props. That's going to do it for us. We will be back in action, hopefully at some point in April. So keep checking the Lark website. Twitter, hclarks.com to keep abreast of the ever-fluid situation. I'm Rusty Witcher saying thank you, and we will see you in April, hopefully.